Welcome everyone. So yet another episode of Wine with Shagit, and today we have someone who is considered as the backbone of York Winery. He has been in this wine industry since last 18 years and he is still rolling very strong. So we have Mr. Sachin Darade. Welcome on the show, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome on the show, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Shagit.
So, Mr. Sachin, would you say something about your journey, how it has been through these years?
Interesting one. Never thought I would spend so many years in wine industry. Never thought I would have been in this industry
Okay.
ever. So it's quite interesting. Completely different thing. I did my hotel management and came in this industry to do something new. And since then I'm here.
Okay. So, how did you get into this wine industry? Did you have any background or something like that with wines?
With wines, no, not exactly with wines, but yes, alcohol, yes. My dad used to own the permit on the bar, so the alcohol background was always there. The family is aware about the alcohol business and all. So that's how I get into it. When I got an opportunity to work in wine industry, everyone was, especially my dad. Dad said he was the first one to say, "Okay, go and give an interview. Just let's try something new."
Okay.
And that time when I decided to come in this industry, it was very small. It's hardly there are 2-3 players in this industry, and Sula was one of the prominent and emerging one. So I started my career with Sula. So still continuing.
Great. So let me also tell you one thing that Mr. Sachin was the first person who had introduced Selador, the restaurant which was exclusively like a wine bar in Nasik, and he was the first person who actually brought it here in Nasik. Would you like to say something about that?
Yes, it was quite early to Nasik. Nasik was not ready that time. And even I was quite young, like I was hardly a 22-year-old when I decided to do my own venture and decided to start a wine lounge in Nasik exclusively to serve only Indian wine, not imported wines, and to bring all Indian wines under one umbrella and pair with Indian food. So I was very keen to serve Indian wines with Indian food, no other cuisine. But I think it was very early to a time for Nasik at least. So I had my days of struggle in that business. I did around, so like initial phase and initial couple of years was quite failure to struggle to survive. Then it slowly picked up. Then we decided to shift it from the city to York in 2011-12.
Right. So York right now has the Selador restaurant.
Yes. So from 2011, we decided to shut down a city place and to start in a winery. So that made a sense actually, to have a restaurant serving wine in a winery. And that time York was also too small and they were looking for someone to take care of their hospitality and restaurant area. So it was a win-win situation for both of us.
Right.
We came together in collaboration.
Okay. So how does wine and hospitality get along?
Hand in hand, there is no other option actually. Hospitality has to, the wine industry has to have some hospitality setup or backdrop. See, it's very easy. I always used to say from my beginning of my career, see, it's a free marketing. People come here. See, if I offer a free wine in a 5-star property, free tasting, in few days, couple of days time, you'll forget which wine you have tasted. But people come over here in winery, they pay for it, they see the winery, they taste it, and they remember for their lifetime. So wherever they go in world, if they see a bottle, suppose they see a York bottle and they'll always remember, okay, I've been into this place, I've tasted these wines. So it's a good marketing, it's like goes.
So Sula has taken over York recently, so there has been a merger.
Yes.
How has it been like throughout after the merger?
So merging was, we never thought about it, the York as itself. But it's quite good, interesting. So York initially was an owner-driven company. It was completely owner-driven. Owner used to decide how the path will be, how to take the things ahead. Sula is more a corporate now. It's a big company. It's one of the largest player of India, where they're having a market share, 60% market share. And if you go by a premium wine segment, they almost have 70% of wine market share. So it's more corporate, system-driven company, and it makes sense, for York as well, to if it has to grow. Sula was the best option to get it merged.
So you also look after the operations at York Winery. So how different it has been after the merger?
Very different. As I said, it was owner-driven company. So owner-driven company works in a very different way. With the corporate, they have their system in place, they have their SOPs in place. So it took time. It's almost means I still getting to know some SOPs and all, but it's interesting. It's a learning. It's becoming a part of corporate culture and learning how things to be done in bigger companies.
You also have a close look on the sales at York. So how has the sales been, and what is one of the most loved wine out here at the wine bar or the tasting room?
In the hospi, see, the sale is doing fairly good at the location. The hospi part is always a stable. It's always a key point. It was always a USP for York. I always believe this is one of the best located winery, has one of the best view. And the wines, if you ask, obviously late harvest is the highest seller. It's the sweetest on the list. So whoever try it, because most of the people who come over here, they try wine first time. So they obviously go for a sweet wine.
Right. Anything new that we could expect from York Winery anytime soon?
Yes, recently we've rebranded, relaunched our York portfolio. So we are targeting York as a Gen Z, targeting more younger crowd, more vibrant, more colors. So you can see the colors around
Exactly.
here.
I could also see it on the labels.
Yes, so it's like we wanted to target some more vibrant. It was more traditional, a classy way of York initially. Now we want to more vibrant, younger look York.
Okay. What is your call on Indian wine industry right now at the moment?
I feel Indian wine industry has a long way to go, but it's now time to start something on our own. We have to stop copying what European is doing, what the New World Wine, Australia, New Zealand, California is doing. We now have to focus on our own style, our own culture. We don't have to worry about what people are saying, what Europeans are saying, whether they're accepting Indian wines or not. We have our enough own market, enough big market. We have our own, so we have a huge range of food. So our people know they have a greater taste buds than anywhere in India. So they can judge our product better. Indian people are smart, and we have to come up with our own style of wines now. It's time to start with our own style, our own way.
So what would you consider as the best wine from your portfolio, and what would you pair it along with the food that you have in Selador?
The best, if you ask me, the Arrows is one of the best. It's barrel matured wine. Just to interrupt this. See, there is no thumb. So there is a thumb rule worldwide for Indian wine and food pairing. Spicy food goes with a milder wine, and little milder food goes with a spicy wine. Here I want to be a little different. So here I always suggest go a spicy wine with the spicy food, with the Indian food also. So if Arrows is a little spicy, it's a Shiraz, typical Shiraz. Sometimes it's 100% Shiraz. It doesn't have a fixed blend, but mostly it's Shiraz and Cabernet. Both are quite spicy varieties. They have a lot of aromas, heavy on full-bodied wine. So with that, you can go with nice kebabs. Chicken tikka. We have nice chicken alishan kebabs, which are a little spicy. And surprisingly, if you try that wine with the spicy kebabs, that spice will increase. That spice will enhance the flavor of the wine and the food too.
Great. So now, as you were talking about chicken tikka, so that is like one of the most prominent food items that people love. So I'm doing this with almost all my guests right now. So what would you pair chicken tikka with?
See, most of the people will go for a Chenin or something like rosé, but I will not. As I said earlier, you have to go with the little spicy food. Chicken tikka is supposed to be a little spicy. It's not sweet. So I'll suggest go for something Shiraz, which will go very well with the chicken tikka. If not Shiraz, you can go for a blend of Merlot. So we have a Cab Merlot, or like we had a Shiraz Viognier as well, which was little light but nice spicy wine. So you can pair very well with that.
Great. So there's an interesting fact about York Winery. So York was established in 2008, and almost 75% of the power is being used through solar energy. That is one really important thing. And also 70% of the water that is being used out here is all being reused and recycled.
Yes. So so it's our responsibility. I feel it's everyone's responsibility to be sustainable. It's time for everyone to think in that way. Go for a renewable energy, go for use as much as recycled water, try to save the resources. So that is what we are doing. We are not doing something new. We are just being a responsible citizen of this country, trying our best.
That's really nice to know. One thing I would want you to ask, just say freely, is that if not in the wine industry, where would you have been right now?
Difficult after spending 18 years in the wine industry. It's quite a difficult question. But I would have been doing something, running my own restaurant, doing some culinary activities, cooking some food, some nice. But
you would have been in the hospitality.
I would have been in this.
Okay. And what would be your go-to drink if not wine then?
Beer, of course.
Okay.
Beer, of course. Anytime I'll go for a beer.
Okay. One fun fact is that Mr. Sachin is my boss right now. But when he is around, you never feel that he is a boss. On that note...
So after spending how many years? 10, 12 years?
12 years.
12 years together, we are no more a boss,
Exactly.
we are more a buddies now.
Right.
So it's a long time, 12 years. So I feel...
On that note, thank you so much for being on the show, Mr. Sachin. It was a pleasure having you.
It was a pleasure. All the best.
Thank you so much. And before we take adieu, there's a small blow hamper for you. Yes. So it's a curated bottle of wine.
Oh, thank you.
Along with handmade soap. So please enjoy your
Can I show
wine.
this?
Yes, please. For sure.
Guys, this is the wine, the specially curated wine. Okay. I'm going to try on a special occasion sometime.
Thank you
Might
so
be
much.
together.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.